AT&T is the last of the four major wireless carriers to release a variant of the HTC Touch Pro 2. The HTC Tilt 2, of course, is the successor of the original Tilt on AT&T. Surprisingly, it does retain most of the original GSM version's design and look, but there's one thing that's surprisingly refreshing to see out of the box, which is, of course, Windows Mobile 6.5. Now, out of all the other versions available right now in the US through Sprint, T-Mobile, and also Verizon, the AT&T HTC Tilt 2 actually remains most faithful actually, to the original GSM's version. First of all, they do retain the chrome outer bezel that was prominent in the original device. And the back cover, the design is actually the same except for the color they use for the outer back cover, which is this gunmetal finish as opposed to a silver color. Now the keyboard is basically the same. You could tilt the screen up to give it a really nice look. But the thing that really surprised us was just the fact that the button placements, specifically the numbers, instead of having it be the first row on the keyboard, it's now displayed as a keypad layout, which is kind of annoying, just because of the fact that you have to always press function to just press input a number. And the top row is now just used for punctuation, so that's the one biggest thing that really stood out of all the versions. Now, as we said before, Windows Mobile 6.5 is loaded right out of the box with the HTC Tilt 2, and of course it has its advantages over the other versions available. Now, the biggest thing that you'll notice, of course, is TouchFlow 3D, which is the latest version from the Taiwanese manufacturer. It's nice and, of course, does a good job of overlaying the standard Windows mobile platform. But the biggest thing with Windows Mobile 6.5, of course, is when you press the start button. Now, veteran users will probably will require some adjusting, just because it's just a little bit different layout and look. Icons are quite big and finger-friendly with this latest platform, which we do like. Overall, it does run pretty good on the HTC Tilt 2, and we didn't have too much of an issue as far as lag or slowdown. Now, apps will play a big role with, of course, the popularity of Windows Mobile 6.5, and you do have Windows Marketplace, which is basically the centralized area where you can download all the latest applications, either free ones just for you to download, so as opposed to downloading it through a website or using ActiveSync on older PCs, you could actually download it directly through the Windows Marketplace. Now, for a change, we're actually surprised with the web browsing experience on the HTC Tilt 2. Now, right out of the box, you have both either Opera Mobile or Internet Explorer, which you could use to web browse, obviously. Now, right now, we have Internet Explorer loaded up, and surprisingly, it does a really good job as far as rendering websites and even navigating. Scrolling is not really an issue with it once a page is fully loaded. The only thing is that it doesn't have those nice-looking animations when you zoom in and zoom out, but we really didn't see that much of a need. When you compare it to Opera Mobile, though, you do tend to see a slightly better performance as far as less choppiness or less rendering if you're scrolling really quick. That's the thing that we really liked about it. And of course, it does play embedded YouTube files, so that's something surprising with this type of web browser, which of course in the past really didn't live up to the expectations of what the top performers out there have managed to do. So where does the HTC Tilt 2 rank when you compare it to the other variants that are currently available right now in the other carriers? Well, first of all, if you could overlook past the keyboard layout issues with it, you'll be surprised to see that Windows Mobile 6.5 does definitely have its advantages. So the AT&T Tilt 2 can reign supreme right now just because of the fact that the latest version of the platform is available right out of the box. And of course, it'll definitely entice new users at the same time impress veteran users of the mobile platform.